of Swamiji's ancestral house. He is the trustee of Belur Mount and a member of the governing body of the Ramakrishna Mission. Swami Atmaprabhanandaji, Secretary of Ramakrishna Mission Vidyapit. Swami Atmaprabhanandaji Maharaj, Secretary Ramakrishna Mission Vivekananda Ashram Raipur. Swami Nirvikaranandaji Maharaj, Secretary Ramakrishna Mission Indore. Atmaprabhanandaji Maharaj, Atmaprabhanandaji, and I see here Dr. Atmaprabhanandaji, President of the Managing Board of this Ashram, who is also from Bhubaneswar. Dr. Mrs. Nivedita Mahanti, dear delegates, devotees, including mothers seated here, revered elder monks, other brother monks, and friends. We are already running behind the schedule, so I have been asked to be brief in my speech. I am really fortunate to be a part of this program, 3-day program, organized in connection with the observance of centenary celebration of this ashram, one of the biggest centers, one of the prestigious, I should say, centers of our organization. And I am grateful to my friend Amritarupanandaji Maharaj for his kind invitation to me, and also for giving me an opportunity to take part in these deliberations. Whenever I come to Jamshedpur Ashram, I feel quite at home in this ashram, because we have both Atmaprabhanandaji and myself. We have a long association with this ashram. I remember I had my duty to bring some articles for Durga Puja every year, and it was my duty to bring it from Purulia Vidyapit to Jamshedpur Ashram. At that time, Patna Maharaj was there. So, and chief attraction, of course, was Swami Adinath Maharaj, who was the direct disciple of Holy Mother Sarada Devi. And we are fortunate to have the opportunity to listen to him about Holy Mother. A monk who has seen Holy Mother Sarada Devi and was initiated by her. How blessed, how fortunate we were. So I still remember. Now it is a historic occasion. 100 years. The small sapling which was planted 100 years ago, now it has grown like a giant tree with hundreds of branches. Before I speak a few words on this occasion, I pay my homage, I offer my pranam to those monks who gave their lives in the beginning of this ashram. I pay my respect to those devotees who came forward with their help to nourish this ashram for these 100 years. And I also extend my love and best wishes those who are holding up the torch which was lit 100 years ago. So, today's topic you have already heard, some 4 or 5 speeches on different subjects. Of course, there were repetitions. And in the scriptural discussion, repetition is not a fault. Holy Mother has said that the more you toss or stir a flower in your hand, the more it gives fragrance. The more you rub a piece of sandalwood against a stone, it gets fragrance. So it is not, it cannot be avoided also. Now, about this topic, the guiding spirit behind the activities of Ramakrishna Mission, service to man is service to God. I think almost all the monks and the followers and the admirers of Ramakrishna modern mission, they know, they are well acquainted with this philosophy. Is Atmaprabhanandaji Jagadhikaya, Shiva Jnani Jiva Seva. It is more or less it is known to them. But most of the people, they do not know. Let me tell you, I share with you one small dialogue between one monk and a Muslim gentleman. That was in Bangladesh. A Swami once told me, once he was traveling by a bus near Dhaka. Then a Muslim gentleman came closer to him and asked, which organization do you belong to? The Ramakrishna Mission. Then he asked the next question, we have heard that you undertake so many projects, so on charity we give something to the poor people. What is the motive behind this? He says, if I use their language, স্বামীজি আমাদের সাধুটির কাছে এসে বলল, আপনারা যে কাম করতেছেন তার মতলবটা কি কহন তো? What are the motive behind it? Because he had no idea about the selfless work which can be undertaken for the welfare of the poor people. It does not occur into his mind or brain. আপনারা যে কাম করতে আছেন তার উদ্দেশ্যটা কি কন্ত? Then the sadhu tried to explain the philosophy behind our work. I do not know how far he has understood this. Anyway, sometimes people come to us also. Acha, you are working. What do you get? Do you get something per month? At least some pocket expense, etc., etc. No, nothing. Only food and lodging and medical expenses whenever it is required. We say, oh, is it? Even the people of the eastern region, this is West Bengal, etc., they have no idea. Practically, it's a very fragment of the total population of our country is well acquainted. They have accepted Thakur Ma Swamiji's ideas. Anyway, I am coming to the theory of service, Atmaprabhanandaji Jagadhikaya. Before that, I say that it has this philosophy, has a scriptural support. Right? Beginning from the days of Upanishads, Kurvinni Viho Karmani Jiji Vishet Satam Sama Evam Toi Nanadhetosti Now Karma Lipade. Simplest work. Now Karma Lipade, you work in that way that it does not cling to you. It does not get attached to the karma. Then in chapter 5, sloka 11 in Gita, Kaino Manasa Buddhya Kevala Injoy Yogi no Karma Kunmanti Sangam Tapta Atma Suddhai. It has been said. A yogi should do work with the help of his body, mind and intellect and again so that for the purification of his mind and Atma. Then again, Samyam Vindya Brahmam Sarvatra Samabuddhaya Te Prapnuvanti Mamevo Sarvabhuta Hite Rata. In Bhagavatam also, there are references when you will find that there is a discussion, dialogue between Kapila and his mother Devavati. It has been said, Athamam sarveshu bhuteshu bhutana bhutatmanam tudalam arhe danavanabhyam mantra avinnena chaksusa. My places of work exist in every creature of this world. You will serve them with charity, respect and love. So all these references support, the scriptural support to the selfless service to others. Not only in Hinduism, in all other religions too, there are the provisions of selfless service. But this is not according to our philosophy, Shiva Jnani Jiva Seva. Buddha used to say, work for the people, work for the maximum good for the maximum people. In Christianity also, once Jesus said to his followers, I am among you as that servant. Luke 22:27. And we know there are several organizations, Christian organizations, rendering, doing charitable work for the people of our country. Of course, we do not know, sometimes questions crop up. What is the motive behind their service? So when I remember, some 3 or 4 years or 5 years back, a veteran political leader of our country, in a meeting, he told the Christian organizers, you learn what is selfless service from Ramakrishna Mission. Don't go into conversion. No, don't do that. Flatly he told, you have to learn what is selfless service from Ramakrishna Mission. Now, not only in history also, there are several emperors, right, beginning from the Ashoka the Great to the enlightened despots of the 18th century Europe. So many emperors, they dedicated themselves for the benevolent work for the people. Ashoka the Great, the burning, the glaring example, about whom A.G. Wells said that amidst the tens of thousands of names of monarchs that cloud the column of history, their serenities and the like, the name of Ashoka shines almost alone a star. From Volga to Japan, his name is still honored. This is the famous remarks of A.G. Wells. Then there are so many benevolent despots in Europe also. Frederick the Great of Prussia, Joseph II of Austria, Catherine II of Russia, all benevolent kings, doing a lot of work for the people, for their people. And they were despotic rulers. Anyway, now comes our philosophy of service. It has been already reiterated, already discussed, and you know that episode when there was discussion was going on, Vaishnav Name Ruchi, Jive Daya, Vaishnav Pujan, etc., etc. At that time, it was rectified by Sri Ramakrishna. And it has been already mentioned still. They said, all of a sudden, Sri Ramakrishna to what? Jive Daya, compassion. Who art thou? Insignificant creature, who art you to do this Jive Seva? You will show compassion. No. Shiva Jnani Jiva Seva. Then when one person understood the real purpose of what Ramakrishna said, he is none other than Swami Vivekananda. There is Naren. At that time was Naren, you know. If days come, then I shall materialize it. I shall implement this theory into action. And he did it. He meant what he said. And he did it. And he dedicated his life to implement this idea, this Shiva Jnani Jiva Seva. That was the difference. And gave his whole life. And not only that, he set in motion one missionary, that is Ramakrishna Mission in 1897, 1st May. That was the missionary. And just before, immediately after the setting up of this missionary, in a letter, I shall come to the letter, if you go through Swamiji's lectures from Colombo to Almora, we find that the mental setup of Swami Vivekananda. He wrote one letter on 9 July 1897, immediately after the establishment of Ramakrishna Mission in Calcutta. He wrote to Mary Hill.